Welcome to Backstage Pass, Rockstar Pro Wrestling's official podcast. It's the ultimate opportunity to look behind the scenes at Rockstar Pro and hear from the wrestlers themselves. Now here are your hosts, Chris Poland and Mark Turner.
Hello and welcome. Episode 25 of Backstage Pass. You know, I usually say Rockstar Pro Wrestling's official podcast here, Mark.
Yeah, that's right.
But we have more official podcasts.
Yeah, look at this. We've started a revolution here in Rockstar Pro.
That's right. We have our own podcast network now.
Yeah, absolutely. The Rockstar Pro Podcast Network.
Mm-hmm.
We're not the only podcast anymore. We also have two other podcasts. We have Punks and Pinfalls.
That's right.
Along with Real Alien Talk. And I'll tell you what, both these podcasts, very entertaining. Check them out immediately.
Yeah, Punks and Pinfalls is GG and CW trying not to strangle each other, as I understand it.
Yeah, that's entertaining in its own right.
Yeah, talking about indie wrestling and indie music, so that's cool. And then Real Alien Talk is Scary Gary and Michael talking about conspiracy theories, aliens, Alf, cocaine, and the like.
I think Michael could go on all night about that, and Scary Gary, he can go on even longer than that.
I think so too, but let's not talk about them too long, right?
Yeah.
What's more important is what's happening right now, right? More shocking than an all-female Ghostbusters cast. Hopefully less disappointing than a Roman Reigns Royal Rumble victory.
Oh, you went there.
It's episode 25 of Backstage Pass.
How about that? 25. I mean,
25 goddamn episodes.
it doesn't seem like it's been that long. I mean, I remember when this podcast first started, when it was born, and we had a rough time through the teenage years there, but now it's all grown up.
It is. It can rent a car now.
Yeah, it can. All the milestones now done.
That's right. All downhill from here.
But what a great time. I mean, the 25th podcast episode.
Mm-hmm.
We have the 3-year anniversary coming up. I mean, all these milestones are hitting Rockstar Pro right now all at once.
It's true. 3, I think, is going to be a hell of a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
We have plenty of time to talk about that. Again, Friday, February 6th, 7:30 p.m. for the bell. $15 for front row seats, $10 for regular admission.
Can't beat it.
Come on down, 1106 East 3rd Street in Dayton, Ohio. 1 was kick-ass.
Yes,
2
it was
kicker-asser. And 3 is going to be kickest-assist.
Wow. Well said.
Well, not really.
Well, what's 4 going to be then?
I don't know. The end of the world. So you may have noticed a voice at the beginning of the episode, but not the voice of Daniel Blevins. It's taken us a while.
It has.
But we've kind of caught up and are now current with Rockstar's ring announcer.
Yeah, we are. 1 year late, but better late than never, like you said.
That's right. JP, the man himself, is here. Will he push the button? We don't know.
Let's bring him in right now.
I was told that I should get a T-shirt with "Push the button, JP."
I kind of think you should. Or you could just sell buttons.
That's pretty smart when it comes to marketing.
Yeah.
This coming from the guy who said kickerist asterisk.
It's Latin.
Sounded like the guy who had the wax wings and flew too close to the sun.
Yeah.
That was Icarus.
Close though.
Not the Chikara guy either.
Right. But yeah, JP, thank you for the new intro and outro. It's nice to be, contemporary now.
Well, I do my best. I was listening to Pompano Joe episode, which was hilarious. And
everybody's favorite homie.
The pirate talk really got me. Cause,
yeah.
I used to be a pirate for the Renaissance Festival. So
really?
Oh, tell us about this. I need to hear more. The pirate for the Renaissance Festival?
Yeah, the
What's
one
that
down
like?
in Waynesville. We went, my parents took me to it when I was 5.
Yeah.
And we went every year all the way up through me being in high school. And I thought it was, the coolest thing in the world.
Uh-huh.
So I auditioned for it 1 year. And I got on the pirate crew. I mean, people who see me here, I'm 34, a little bit overweight. Some people think it's a receding hairline. I tell people I dye my bangs shiny pink. But, back then, around 01, 02, I actually had about hair down to my ass, a gigantic thick beard, so I fit the pirate crew very well. And it was actually there that I met my wife, so,
Oh, wow.
It kind of worked out well for me.
Awesome. And mother of your child, right?
Indeed.
So that's pretty
the
cool.
Little Bambino.
I'll tell you
Me
what.
busy.
Excellent.
I would love to see in the future maybe you managing Pompano Joe in some sort of pirate role. How about that? Maybe? No?
I've done a lot of things here at Rockstar. I've actually looked into managing.
Yeah?
Or at least maybe representing some people. But I don't think it's in the cards at this point. In fact, I mean, when I started here, one of the big things was I had this real green rookie play-by-play commentator.
Yeah?
What was his name?
Who was insanely green. I mean, like, he screamed for 3 hours into the microphone until we taught him how to bring it down a little bit.
Yeah.
And now I trust Mark Turner to be in charge of the commentation station, which is, you know, why after Daniel left and we had a couple of other ring announcers, they said they needed somebody to fill the role, and I said, count me in. You know, Turner's got the commentary covered.
Yeah.
So.
Now I only yell for about an hour a show as opposed to 3 hours, so that's a good ratio, I think.
Hey, you guys are skipping the lead here. I mean, thank you for letting me jump in and play. I mean, after all, it is my microphones that you're using here, but the baddest man alive walked into the podcast area here.
That's right. We have an open door policy for episode 25. And what a guest of honor to walk in at the beginning. Following JP here.
Who has a wonderful tie on, I might add.
Oh, thank you.
That is a beautiful tie.
Yeah.
A gift from my wife.
I like ties, and you probably don't know about that about me. I like to dress up. It just never gets to happen.
So, see, that's the kind of information you get on this podcast that you don't get anywhere else.
Well, I remember one time you came out and you had a tie and a button-up shirt and jeans on. I'm like, you're stealing my gimmick.
But I looked very dapper.
You did.
I was like,
Dapper Dan. Aaron Williams, he is the dapper rapper.
So on Planet Williams, do they wear ties all the time there?
oh, no,
or
it's
what?
not an all-the-time
Okay.
thing, you know. It's just like, you know, it's kind of like it is, you know, here on planet Earth.
Okay.
You know, it's black tie affair, but, you know.
I'm curious about how long is the travel distance between Planet Williams and Space Tonga?
Well, it's actually not too bad because on Planet Williams we have a little, our technology's a little better.
Yeah.
A little bit more advanced?
Yeah, so we can teleport.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Instantaneous travel.
Yeah. So, you know, I can get like right outside the Earth's atmosphere and then, you know, just take a little shuttle.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Are you the same person when you are, you know, recomposed in your destination? Are you a clone of that original individual?
I saw that Star Trek
No.
episode. Like they go through the transporter and like one guy's looking down. He's like, I can see my own butt.
Yeah.
Like no, I'm the same person. It's just, you know, it does take a little while to get used to it. I mean, your tummy like gets a little
Sure.
a little shaky at times. You know,
Awesome.
I think I threw up for like the first 30 times. Or
Well,
so.
Oh, Jesus.
Let me like
Not as awesome.
No,
You guys are being all jokey and funny and whatnot, and with the funny and the ha-ha. But let me be serious for a second. This man has gone through quite an evolution.
Absolutely.
We knew him as the Angelic Assassin at the very beginning. Then he became the Cincinnati Shogun.
That's right.
And then he evolved to the baddest man alive.
Well, I mean, if you
That's
get
right.
really, really technical, there was even more evolution than that. Originally, I was a guy by the name of Charles, call me Chaz. That was the gimmick. Farnsworth the Third. That's right. Charles, call me Chaz, Farnsworth the Third. And of all things, I was a collegiate wrestler from Syracuse University.
Wow.
So, like, when you pin somebody and the ref hit the mat for the 1 count, did you automatically jump up and go, I won?
Well, actually, like, it was really, really hard for me to do that. Like, to this day, I can't figure out why they thought, here, let's take this kid who has an extensive martial arts background and make him a collegiate wrestler. Because, like, most people know anything about collegiate wrestling, and the idea is to get the guy on the ground, you know, for the count.
Yeah.
In martial arts, you don't need to worry about getting the guy on the count. You just want to make him hurt. You want to make him tap. You want to knock him out. Those things don't really have a whole lot in common, so it's pretty different. And
Absolutely.
It took me a long time to... Actually, I'll just go ahead and say it. I never really did get that concept of it. So, as you guys know, who have watched me, I like to kick people. I like to hit people. That's kind of my stuff.
I'm a big martial arts nerd, and sorry for taking over here, Chris, but I have to ask this question, okay? You and I geek out all the time about martial arts stuff here. And I still can't stop calling him champ because he is the longest reigning Rockstar Pro champion ever.
Don't forget it.
Champ. So go down the list. What styles have you been trained in?
I have been trained in Taekwondo and Kempo, Jiu-Jitsu, Harangdo. I've done training in weapons with bow staff, arnis, nunchuck, and I think that's about it. I did a little Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well, thrown into the Jiu-Jitsu, but I think that's it.
I'm going to expose my ignorance real quick. Yeah. There was a weapon in there. Arnis? I have no idea what that is.
They're sticks. They're dual.
So okay.
Got two of them. And they're about yay long, roughly.
It's the weapon that Nightwing uses.
It is the weapon that Nightwing uses.
Okay.
And they're known by
now you're speaking my language.
They're known by different names. Like in the Philippines, they're Jabari sticks.
Ekramas and some.
Okay.
So yeah. See, like I said,
some people just call them short sticks.
Short sticks, eskrima sticks. There's a whole bunch of different names, but basically, you put the two together, and you've probably got about a 5-foot staff.
Okay.
But you put them around separately, and somebody who knows how to swing those things can really mess somebody up.
You jackal person's world.
I imagine so. I imagine so.
So yeah, those are actually really, really fun, and I won a gold medal in weapons forms with dueling nunchucks.
Oh, wow.
Which was cool. And
is that kind of like dueling banjos?
Not exactly. I mean, technically, I guess. Like, because there was another guy doing the same weapon I was. So I guess theoretically yeah, it was dueling, but I won. So, which, isn't that crazy to think about. I mean, I do that a pretty good amount of times.
It's something we're used to seeing.
So, being such an expert with weapons, I think ought to put you in a good standing on Team Kris when it comes to our 5-on-5 match.
Yeah, actually, it's kind of unique because I am pretty proficient with a lot of weapons. But usually when it comes to wrestling, I don't use weapons because. Right. Theoretically, in my mind, my whole body is a weapon, so I really don't need the added assistance. However, if I could get my hands on something to the effect of a short staff or a bow staff or I don't know, a samurai sword, I could probably do some pretty devastating damage.
I imagine so.
I had a thought for you in that match specifically.
Oh, really?
Tape up a whole bunch up and down the forearm. Okay?
I was actually planning on doing
that. And that ridge hand strike and blasting people in the face with.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite strikes. Can get a little bit of barbed wire.
There you go.
Wrapped around that ridge hand, that to me would take somebody off of Team DJ Hyde fast.
I would totally agree with that. Do you think any of those guys are going to be listening to this? Because if they are, I just want to let you guys know that that's going to suck real bad. Well, guys, if you see me wrapping up, some barbed wire around my hand, you might just want to call it a night.
Like most people, I don't know if they know the power of that ridge hand strike.
Oh, that thing's devastating, man. It really is. That's why I like it so much.
So, guys, you got to look. It's basically he holds his hand palm facing down, tucks the thumb under, and he hits with that inside part where the pointer and the thumb is. Ooh. Watch for him to do that during the match, and he throws it as hard as most people throw a right hook.
I like it. I used to do breaking with that strike, actually, so it was it's a good thing.
Boards, concrete?
Boards.
Yeah.
I didn't do any concrete with that one because I was afraid I would break my wrist, and
right.
I was because I was younger at the time when I was doing that stuff, and my instructors didn't want me to shatter my hand, basically, just in case it didn't get the break.
That was very thoughtful of them.
It was very thoughtful of them. They gave me a lot of good advice.
Yeah.
So
So, Aaron, you're no stranger to the Backstage Pass podcast. You've been on here before. You were on back in the Griffin Gun days.
Yeah, I was back when Griffin was around. I miss that guy.
Yeah, we all do. I never thought I'd say it, but we all do. So 3 years here at Rockstar, 2 years of the podcast here. You want to look back a little bit?
Actually, why don't you look back for me a little?
Yeah.
What's some of my moments that you enjoy that made you guys fans, or if you are fans of me, or made you hate me? whatever. Maybe you'll buy a T-shirt. Just got new T-shirts.
I gotta say,
they're gorgeous.
I do love the new T-shirt.
Do you?
The Bloodsport design.
Yeah.
It's really
that's
cool.
Right. Aaron Williams got a Bloodsport design T-shirt. You can pick one up wherever he is. There you go.
I think we actually have on the freshly redesigned RockstarProWrestling.com the capabilities for people to order shirts.
That's right.
On the website as well.
That whole new website is fantastic, by the way. Everybody needs to check that out that's listening.
That's right. I just saw him walk by, but I don't know if we can get him in here or not. I remember a certain long-running feud you had with a man named Darkstar Matt Taylor.
That fella.
In which there was a match. Where there were several matches,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about one in particular,
okay.
where Darkstar actually had the audacity to threaten your beloved wife with a eating utensil.
Yeah, with a fork.
That's right.
It was a crazy thing. Like you guys know me. I mean, outside of the ring, like usually when I get in the ring, I go to a certain place and I kind of get into the baddest man alive mode. Other than that, I'm a pretty laid back dude.
Yeah.
I'm calm, I'm cool, I'm collected. But one thing you should never ever do is mess with my wife. You mess with my wife, and I will mess your world up.
Well, it's funny you say that at this moment.
I think some people could attest to that, actually.
Look who's just walked in the door.
Yeah. About that.
I think you apologized for it a while back.
Well, some people have a bad day, tempers, they flare.
Yeah, you do things to prove a point. Sometimes it gets a little out of control.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you have a nice civil conversation. Other times you duct tape a man to a rope and stab his wife in the face. I don't know.
I'm just curious. I think what was your goal behind that? Wasn't it to bring something out in there?
It was to take somebody from being the Cincinnati Shogun to being the baddest man alive. Yeah. So I think the end justified the means. You might not agree with my methods.
Curious, how do you feel that worked out for you in the long run? I'm sure it worked out pretty good for me. In the long run.
For what I was intending to do, it worked out perfect. At my face, after a few dozen kicks, I didn't appreciate.
Right.
To me, the end did, in fact, justify the means, because I got to see my friend go from this to something even better, which was, So,
man, we've had some wars over the years.
We have.
We've also been a tag team.
We've been a tag
team.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I heard a rumor once that they've been talking about creating some tag belts around here.
Ooh.
That would be
that'd be exciting.
It's definitely time, I think.
Would we ever see the Dark Guns unite for that?
I don't know. That's a unique question. I guess we'll see where the stars align.
You've both worn gold here in Rockstar before. Why not add to that?
And any time that there's a chance to make history of being the first ever at something, that's always something that's appealing.
Yeah, we can. Quite a few of us kind of got ripped off on that at some point. But we'll leave that alone.
At 3, the Aerial Assault American Luchacore Championship match. GG said that all former American Luchacore champions are able to be in that matchup. Now, Darkstar Matt Taylor, you unseated the longest reigning champion of all time, Remy Wilkins, to win your first American Luchacore Championship. But what a lot of people don't know is that one of the forefathers of the entire division back in another company was the baddest man alive.
That's right.
He pretty much put the belt on the map after it exited its original promotion. Yes. So you have the Island of Death match, Aaron Williams and Matt Taylor. You seem like you're heading for a collision with Ben Chimera. But does the possibility remain that the two of you might try and seek some American Luchacore gold?
Like, are you meaning just in general, or are you meaning at 3?
At 3. In this Aerial, so all former champions are supposed to be allowed in the match.
It's an open.
It really is, and gosh. I can't even think about doing an Aerial Assault match and then doing an Island of Death match. I'm sure it would be a first, which I do like first.
There you go.
However, I'm not sure if I would survive one to get to the other, to be completely honest.
like I said with you last week, there's that one thing about this company and this business is you just never know. Like, things can happen, and like you said, I'm on a collision course with Ben Chimera, which I'm not sure if it's necessarily a collision course as much as, in my eyes, an annihilation of a man who has wronged me. But I think that I'll have plenty left to go after some gold, maybe.
We'll have to see. That means everybody listening to this right now, you gotta come to 3, right?
Damn straight.
Oh, yeah, dang Skippy, you better be a 3.
Oh, damn it. Darn it. I gotta remember to watch myself in front of Aaron.
Just because, I choose to do things a certain way doesn't mean I expect everybody else to.
I appreciate that, but I should be polite.
I'm not sure if you know this or not, but on Planet of Palladium's, cursing is actually punishable by buzzsaw kicks. So,
oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's true, but you're not on Planet.
Oh, right.
So you're safe.
Okay, I'll watch my mouth if I ever come up there.
Jim, do you mind if I tell the story about you exclaiming the real name of your favorite superhero and how it shocked me?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. We were backstage and he was talking about his favorite superhero, which is Nightwing, and Nightwing's real name is Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, Dick, yeah, he's great. Dick's awesome. And I was like, Aaron Williams said that? What?
It's true. I need to go to calling him Richard. I just need to. For some reason, my mind doesn't work that way. Sometimes
if he would ever say something like that emphatically,
yeah,
he wouldn't mean it the way that everybody else would be thinking about it. It's much more innocent.
I've actually been caught on Facebook doing that exact same thing, just having a conversation with somebody about Nightwing, and and I'll just say, "Oh yeah, Dick's awesome. It's great."
Phrasing.
Then they just, it's like they don't. You can't on Facebook. It's different, but you just feel that there's a long pause before they reply, and then it's just like,
and then when you
I'm just gonna leave that one alone, okay?
Then when you let him know what he's accidentally said, the red color. Oh, it's beautiful.
See, I expect to hear Dave Christ screaming about dicks all over the building.
Well, he does.
But
he really
to
does.
come from you,
I would normally use the word show instead of scream, as he tends to,
Either or. But, if there's a little bit of tremolo in my voice, it's because I'm still getting over the last time I saw you, Matt.
Yeah, right.
When you and your cronies at the time took over this podcast and...
yeah, what was that about?
Kind of,
You took over a pod.
Put the boots to me and Mark for a little bit.
Yeah, they kidnapped us.
That's not very nice, dude.
I take it that was a different time in your life.
I mean, I've had kind of a history in this company of always being kind of upfront about what I'm going to do. If I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
What?
So
no.
If I'm going to do something, it's for a purpose.
Yeah.
And that particular day, what I did was to serve a purpose, and I think my message got across. You may not have liked it, and for that, I don't want to say I apologize because
we were this close.
But
it takes a lot to get that.
Yeah, so
what you should say to him is, "You're welcome for me taking the time to explain it to you."
Exactly, he gets it.
It got us hits.
Yeah, and we got the message loud and clear. I'll say that.
You're welcome. All
right, fair enough. So we know you and Chimera aren't getting along of late. You say on your way to an annihilation.
Yes.
What do you have planned for Ben in this match? We know that he's a tough guy. We know he's resilient. But we know you can lay out the punishment. Look at that look Aaron's giving me.
You see, like I said, I am the type of person that's going to tell you what I'm going to do, and then I do it. I said that I was going to push Aaron to another level, and I did. I said I was going to become Rockstar Pro Wrestling Champion, and for about 30 seconds, I was.
Yeah.
And I also said that I was going to make Dave Chris' life a living hell, and I think I accomplished that. Chimera, on the other hand, is that type of person that's going to tell you something to your face to benefit him, and then do something else.
Yeah.
And I don't take too kindly to that. And like I said, I'm going to put an end to Chimera, and I'm going to make sure that this fire that he has started and destroying everything I love.
podcast.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
Rays.
Dustin Ray's walking in the room.
I guess I'm tagging in.
All right, well,
I'm out.
all right, there goes Aaron
Thanks, guys.
Williams. Thank you.
Well, that might be what we see at the 5-on-5 Island of Deathmatch. A tag out from Aaron Williams to Dustin Ray's right
All right,
here.
thanks, Matt. He's hitting the road. Who knows if what Matt Taylor's predicting comes true? 3 may be the last time you see Ben Chimera in this building.
It's cold in here.
It is cold in here, so we appreciate you, making the sacrifice, right?
Yeah,
Walking
I regret
into the
taking my
freezer.
jacket off.
So here he is, the newest member of OI4K. How does it feel to say that attached to your name?
It's I felt that way for a long time, and it's just nice to have the title now, I guess. So, for everybody who doesn't know, we all broke into the business together. We all trained in the barn, the infamous barn, where there's a big hole in the roof, and it would snow, and we would train anyways, and there'd be snowdrifts in the ring and ice, and when you got slammed on the mat, it felt like getting slapped with a paddle. It sucked, but there's a lot of history there that probably the average fan doesn't know about. So it's just I think it's like 12 years coming. So
when wrestlers talk about paying their dues, is that a little bit of what they're talking about there? That sort of training in those sorts of conditions?
Yeah, sure. Not only the training aspect, but earning the respect of the guys. Once you break in, a lot of setting up the ring, a lot of doing things you might not necessarily want to do, like grunt work. Sweeping up and just the whole 9 yards. It's a lot of that. I think nowadays it's a little too easy for people.
Yeah.
To get into the business, but
Roman Reigns.
Yeah, right. You had to have your cousin come out and put you over just so people might like you, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, it's harder for people. It used to be harder for people to break into the business than what it is now. As Al Snow would say, the business used to be harder than the mafia to get into because nobody wanted to give up their spot.
Right.
And once you were in, and all these guys who were on the indies or in the territories back then were making a living off of it, and they weren't on TV. Nowadays, it's hard to do that, obviously. I wish it was like that back then, or like it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, wrestling's hard.
Yeah.
Especially if you are serious about it, and it's more than just a hobby. So.
Right. So, as Dustin's telling us this story, one of the most exciting wrestlers here at Rockstar, who should walk in but the man who wants to be the boringest wrestler here at Rockstar. JP knows I'm just making up words, adding suffixes. All I wish.
Boringness is exactly the way to describe it.
Is that right?
Yes,
I don't know. When I saw you do a second rope headlock, I got excited.
I'm not about the dangerous maneuvers anymore, man. Just can't do it.
No, why would you?
You haven't said his name yet, Chris.
Oh, I haven't. I'm sorry.
Most boringest wrestler.
Jake Oman.
Oh, that's okay. You don't need to say the name.
Oh, I shouldn't even say your name.
It doesn't matter. The crowd's not paying attention, man.
Okay.
Yeah, they're into OI4K, and they're out there killing themselves and getting the props they deserve, right?
Yeah, just like
the
man sitting across from me.
I don't kill myself. I got lit on fire. Well, never mind. Let's just back
Thumbtacks in the mouth.
Never mind. I don't do any high flying. That's for sure. I learned my lesson. I broke my leg. So, hey, I can't blame you for that second rope headlock. That seems high risk enough by my standards.
Yeah, I'm luckily OI4K is getting their dues, and the crowd goes crazy for them. This is awesome when they do all their awesome shit. But yeah, since those are the dudes they cheer for, man, I'm going to be the most boring wrestler there is, because you got, myself, and you got Ace, and you got a couple other guys out there, Draven and stuff, any of the high-risk stuff, they sit on their hands. So I'm going to gladly give them a second rope sleeper all day.
Okay.
So what brought this upon, wanting to become the most boring wrestler?
Real-life frustration.
Yeah?
I tore it up a few times. I tore it up with Nate Wings one week and Ace the next. Yeah. And we did some cool stuff, and I got dropped in my head a lot and got crickets. So I decided, I'm just going to go ahead and try and be as boring as I want.
Okay. Yeah, so we've seen you, drop the high-flying moves. You came out, I think, last week and said no chops. No. You even denied the fans of your entrance theme.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Coming out listening to it on your headphones on your iPad.
Oh, yeah, if they're not going to be appreciative of us killing ourselves in the ring, man, I'm not going to let them be entertained by anything. Music, not even gear tonight. I'm not even wearing gear.
You're not wearing gear?
Oh, come on now.
No, basketball shorts and tennis shoes from here on out.
Whoa. It makes sense. You need the yin to the yang, okay?
So which is which?
I'll leave that to the fans to decide.
Okay.
I'm no philosopher, so.
I got a question for both of you guys, Dustin and Jake Oman here. Do the fans have a role to play? And if they ignore playing that role, does that hurt the show?
I don't know how to fucking answer that. Once again, I'm no philosopher.
Should they be able to say whatever they want to, or do you think that, if they kind of realize that they're a part of the show, it helps things?
I think the danger is that so many of the fans think they're in the know and on the same exact level as the guys. Like, there's a difference between being a fan and walking through the curtain and actually getting in the ring and doing it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that comes... I think that comes around to that word smart mark, which how can you be a mark and be smart?
Oh.
Like, the and that's not a cut on anybody. It's just... It's... A mark... Okay, look up the definition of what mark means in carny terms.
It's like grifting, right?
If you're a mark, you're the target.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're the one being worked. Mm-hmm. So if you're being worked, how can you be smart? Then you would have to be a moron because you know you're being worked and you're letting it happen. I mean, it's...
Yeah, the quote-unquote smartest smart marks are like the dumbest fan.
Yeah.
They're also the ones that you have to cater to the least because they'll be here every show.
Well, I mean, but then again...
learning so much.
It's just... it's... it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. It's not a disrespect to the fans, but it is a funny thing to refer to somebody when they refer to themselves as smart marks.
Yeah,
there's just no such thing.
Well, it seems like
this is the
Jake
smartest
Oman.
mark I know.
Yeah,
I think the reason why I bring it up is I've been to so many shows where when the fans kind of they go, you know what, I'm gonna cheer the good guys, I'm gonna boo the bad guys, and I'm gonna get into it and hoot and holler and just have as much fun. It's I don't know. I've seen so many people walk away going, man, that was one of the most fun shows I've ever been to, because they jumped into the world as opposed to trying to view it as an outsider. I just that's one of the things I'd like to see is just jump into the world and let go.
Well,
just
I mean,
be a part.
Wrestling as a whole is an art form, and it's true escapism.
Mm-hmm.
So. My thing is this, like, if you can, the fans can most definitely add to that experience of everybody else, because if you got a couple asshole, yelling and, like, just being jerks, and then everyone else is trying to enjoy it, that's going to affect the experience.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what it comes down to is you paid your money, to come here, enjoy it however you want, but just remember, the way you enjoy it may affect somebody else, be respectful. It's like your rights end where mine begin, and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, that's wrestling, come cheer, bitch, I don't care what you do. You paid your money. Just, if I entertain you, let me know. If I bore you, let me know.
Yeah.
So I can,
right.
Yeah, buy merch, buy merch, support the guys you like. I have no bones about you hating me.
Yeah.
Clearly, I've had plenty of people hate me, and, and still to this day, in and out of the business, people consider me an asshole, and I probably deserve that. But I can say mostly because I'm passionate about what I do. If I feel like what you're doing is a complete disrespect to what I love, I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
If I think you're a guy who's not one to play ball and you're in for, you're going into business for yourself, I'm going to say it. And I think everybody who feels that way, should do the same thing. Say it, because that's one of the things that is wrong with wrestling is there's so many, I'm just going to do my thing, and kiss ass, and hopefully someone notices me. And you're not going to get anywhere if you just be that wallflower. I mean, I'm not saying, be political or anything like that, but, I love this business. I've broken more bones than I care to mention, and I've sacrificed a lot, and I still don't have as much to show for it as I'd like.
Yeah.
So when I see something I consider wrong, I'm going to say it,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of whether or not that blackballs me other places or not, or people call me an asshole. Clearly, I don't give a damn
Right.
if you like me or not. But I do appreciate the people who like me, even when I am a jerk. I do, because if not for the fans, once again, if not for the fans coming here, paying to sit there and watch us do what we love to do, we're just a bunch of guys fighting each other in our underwear. And it's sad to say, and I'm not trying to...
Jake Oman, he's going to be wearing basketball.
Except for Jake Oman.
Yes.
Underwear's too entertaining.
Hey, underwear's too entertaining. I made the funny comment to my wife because we only went down to one car, and I was dropping my car off at her work, and I was like, I left my bag sitting outside the car because I locked it and brought in the keys. And I said, well, I better get back out there. Don't want anybody stealing my tights. And I was like, wrestler problems. You know? And it's kind of silly when you say it like that, but I mean, really, and it's the truth. We're brutalizing each other.
Yeah.
In tights.
In tights, but like, you know, we do that for the entertainment of the fans. So
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm just blabbling on.
No, you know, you said the word you said that really sticks out to me is respect, and I think wrestling is an art form. And wrestling should be fun. And when the fans come, I think, you know, like you said, boo, cheer, be vocal, but have respect, right? And I think having respect for wrestlers is...
I think it goes both ways, you know, the wrestlers respecting the fans and the fans respecting the wrestlers.
Agreed.
Exactly.
My whole platform for the last few weeks of stuff I've been saying on the mic is, I'm targeting the disrespectful fans.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that when we're killing ourselves are saying weak.
Right.
Or this or that, or they want 10 times more the head drops. Like,
Oh,
if you're going to disrespect us like that, I'm just going to say exactly how I feel and disrespect you right back.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when we're entertaining ourselves, you know, trying to entertain you,
Right.
putting our life on the line.
Yeah.
So your message to be the most boring wrestler is really just for those fans out there that want that out of you. It's not to every single fan.
Rockstar has some of the most interactive fans anywhere.
That they do.
And let's say half of them are great, and the other half are a little disrespectful. Maybe even 70% are great and 30% are disrespectful.
Yeah.
But sometimes that 30% can drown out the rest of them.
Yeah, that's true.
So when I'm screaming to all of them, the people who know it's at them are probably going to be the ones that take it that way.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, you used, you know, you called out Big Kev. I remember at that one show.
Hey, I just want to point out real quick, your fly's unzipped.
Oh,
Is it? Oh, it is.
good thing this is an audio.
No brain showing. We're good.
That's you know. So
But anyways, continue.
you called out Big Kev. See, he says what he thinks every single moment of the day. He doesn't lie. You called out Big Kev, man.
I don't stop.
Like, and you, I don't know. Some people almost were a little afraid of your language there, but I heard a rumor that you might be one of those people that are allowed to say that.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't believe me. Like, yeah, I can say Big Kev is my N-word because I'm also black. People just don't believe that because, you know, Dad's like Drake black. So obviously I don't have the skin pigment issue. But yeah, I'm gonna talk to Kev like he's one of my own, and he knows
Called
that.
it an issue.
Yeah.
I call it a blessing. I'm pale as hell. So,
Yeah, me too. I burn as soon as I walk
I
out.
still can't get a good tan.
Irish.
Man. Terrible.
Boom.
but you
Some of the whitest guys and
regardless of
Jake.
whether or not you agree with him, if you agree with Jake or not, I mean, it falls in the same line of what I said. If you're passionate about what you do, this, you know, speak up about it, say something about it. If you're pissed off, you don't like it, don't sit there and bitch about it or say something under your breath. Step up and say it. And luckily, Rockstar is a forum where you can be heard.
yeah.
I mean, we are definitely not a PG or even a PC, to use another one, type of organization,
True.
which is good. And it's awesome because, I mean, I can say this to the Rockstar fans who may listen to this, or any wrestling fans in general. Like, it was Rockstar that made me love wrestling again.
That's great.
Because after a really dismal experience in the entertainment industry, which I won't even go into, it made me hate everything to do with entertainment. It made me hate everything to do with wrestling business, and I came back and I wasn't happy. And I was, oh, there's a meeting. Oh my.
Yeah.
Well, we'll wrap this up pretty quickly.
But we'll wrap it. But having the opportunity to come to Rockstar and to finally confront Aaron Williams, for anybody who's familiar with that, to finally be able to confront him and air my grievances and squash this hate I had in my heart, really relit a fire for Dustin Reyes. And I refer to myself in the third person because all cool people refer to themselves in the third person. And if not for the fans and not for the reception I got when I first walked through that curtain, Well, I should say, appeared out of nowhere.
That's right.
That's true.
Because I am part magician, just like Jake Omen's part black. I would not be sitting here today talking wrestling. And that's Dustin Ray's.
Yeah.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
And I think when you came back and fought Aaron numerous times.
What a match that was at November Come Fire. That might be my
was,
favorite match in the 3-year history of Rockstar.
You mean where I was lit on fire?
Yeah.
That one, yeah. Just insanity. But I
you
think...
still have burn marks down there, by the way?
No. It felt like I had a horrible tan, though. Or a horrible sunburn.
You were part black for a little bit?
Yeah. I thought my tights had melted to my body, which is unpleasant. It was even more unpleasant than having tacks kicked out of my face.
Oh wow. Yeah, that I will never forget that moment.
But poor Aaron had his tooth chipped right like in the first minute of the match. Oof. I was lit on fire, thumbtacks everywhere.
Well, my question is, being in a match like that, does that help prepare you for this 5-on-5 ultra-violent Island of Death match you have coming up?
Well, by all means, yes, it does. But not only that, I mean, I've proven in the past, and this has become my shtick as of the past couple of years, like I can take a tremendous amount of pain. Yeah. Why? I don't know. I'm not bragging. It's the truth. It's not a work. It's for real. It's real life. Mm-hmm. My leg broke in half, and I held it in my hands, and I was able to pull myself together and talk calmly to everybody around me and not freak out. I was more pissed off than anything. Yeah. And I realized then and there that I was like, wow. I was like, this is ridiculous. When I watched a drill go straight through my leg with no anesthetic or no painkillers whatsoever, and then drill straight through my bone, which, by the way, if you ever wondered what a tree feels like, have somebody do that. It's an awful feeling. And then the next day to have surgery, and the day after that to be forced to walk, just, to go through physical therapy a day later. Yeah. It made me realize a lot about myself. And those days that I spent in that hospital, so far away from home, made me realize who Dustin Ray's is. Once again, third person. And it's because of those experiences I've had that I am who I am today. So going into this match, I'm fully prepared to not only put my body on the line, but inflict a tremendous amount of pain on anybody who gets in my way.
Excellent. Well, we're all looking forward to that match. We started off, Aaron was in here, and you're on that same team with him, Team Kris.
Absolutely.
Fighting for Jake, and I think fighting for the Rockstar Nation in general as well. Because we have no real love for DJ Hyde here in Dayton, Ohio.
We don't want to go back to the dark days of him holding the Rockstar Pro Championship.
Stinky fingers. But anyways, that's Dustin Ray's, and I'm tagging out, and I will see you guys later.
Dustin, thank you so much for being on the show.
Hello, and unfortunately I have to sit here and do this, but it's better than being outside like less you losers, because it's nice and warm inside here and cold outside where you people belong, in the basement. Anyway, this is the man simply, wait, I've changed my outlook on life. This isn't the man simply known as Michael. I've been through a lot this past year, a lot of tables, a lot of metal, a lot of barbed wire. I've been stabbed a few times, but that goes to show I'm a man who's willing to put his body on the line for this company. Therefore, from now on, I am the kamikaze, simply known as Michael. So write that down, you little people out there, sink it into your little tablets and all that. But either first, let's move to a different subject. The other subject I'd like to speak about is, I'll just call him Beast, because I don't think he's American. 2, he's not great, so I'll just call him Beast. Beast, I try to show you some tough love. I guess you don't like it. I guess you don't like it when people show you love. Therefore, I'm going to show you some pain. So on the Wednesday amp before the next pay-per-view on February 4th, I'm going to show you some things. I'm going to show you some tabletops. I'm going to show you some cement floors. I'm going to show you the back of my hand. I'm going to show you the bottom of my foot when it goes up you know where. So Beast, February 4th, you and I have a Falls Count Anywhere hardcore match. So you get ready, you get your hair done, you go make a little will, whatever you need to know, where you need to let the people know that your name needs to carry on, because after the 4th, you will not exist anymore. That carries on to February 6th, Island Death Match. A lot of people, that sounds unpleasant to them. To me, that sounds comforting and warm, like a nice Golden Corral buffet. More pain, more blood than a normal person could want. Sounds beautiful. Sounds like Christmas. I can't wait. So you simple folk out there, get your change together, you roll it up, bring it down to Rockstar, buy your ticket. If you got enough money, get a front row ticket, which I know I look out and I question that sometimes. But come out February 6th to see the Kamikaze, simply known as Michael, win and make the Godfather DJ a proud Rockstar Pro champion. And February 4th, Beast, once again, you will not be a great person at all. And I feel like I've spent enough time talking to you people because you simply just don't deserve much of my time or patience or air that you breathe. I don't know how most of you still are living or functioning. So therefore, this has been simply the Kamikaze, known as Michael. And I don't know, go hang out in a place that has carbon dioxide or a boat that has a hole in it or something. Try to have a horrible day.
Man, what a show we've had so far.
Yeah, it's been great. And we want to remind you that the reason for doing this is to bring you here, right? Because there's no wrestling experience like the live wrestling experience.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, as much as you might like watching Monday Night Raw each and every week, I mean, there's nothing like going to a live wrestling event, and especially a Rockstar Pro event. I mean, those are above and beyond. They'll give you your money's worth every single night. Yeah,
so, be here on the 4th for Amped. You'll get to see the Great American Beast take on Michael. And then
no disqualification.
No DQ, Falls Count Anywhere.
Anywhere at all.
And then, 2 days later, Friday, February 6th, be here for 3 Rockstar's 3rd anniversary show.
I mean, this show is going to be off the charts. We've talked about it many times. 5-on-5, Team Kris versus Team Hyde in an Island of Death match. I mean, what, they're going to surround the ring with barbed wire, I hear?
The entire ring surrounded by barbed wire. I have to admit, I'm a little terrified about this.
Yeah, and I mean, this match will be very unique. 5-on-5, and if DJ Hyde's team wins, then DJ Hyde wins the belt. I mean, this could play at a disadvantage for Jake Crist. I mean, he has to rely on 4 other men to keep that championship. That's a first for him.
Yeah, and because if any of his team gets the pin, Jake retains the championship.
That is true.
Yeah, so we know Team Crist at this point.
Yes.
Right? We know the brothers, Jake and Dave, will be there. Ron Mathis, Dustin Reyes, all of OI4K, and the baddest man alive, Aaron Williams.
A formidable team right there.
It's an amazing team. So far, all we know of DJ's team is obviously DJ Hyde's the captain.
Yes.
And I believe he wants to be known as the Kamikaze, simply known as Michael.
Is that what he's doing now?
I think so.
The Kamikaze, simply known as Michael. Okay,
he thinks he's a Japanese World War II era fighter plane rather than a human being now.
Well, as much as Rockstar Nation and others like to give the Kamikaze, simply known as Michael, a lot of crap.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael is a tough individual. We've seen it time and time again. He's been in hardcore matches, and he can take a ton of punishment. So
that he can.
DJ Hyde, he might not have made a bad choice there by having Michael in his corner.
So still 3 more members of Team DJ Hyde to be determined. Who else is it going to be?
We have no idea. I mean, who knows what DJ Hyde has in mind? I mean, he owns Combat Zone Wrestling. They are known for these type of matches.
Yep.
He could pull anybody from that roster, But at the same
Past
time,
or present.
you're absolutely right about that. So you never know. At the same time, most of CZW hates him too.
Right.
I mean, he's a jerk everywhere he goes, but you know he's got something in mind.
You think we'll see Zandig?
Who knows?
Jesus.
Probably not, though.
Probably not. In addition, that's going to be our main event, and that alone is worth the price of admission.
Yes.
But in addition to that, there's going to be another title match in the Aerial Assault match for the American Luchacore Championship.
I'm telling you right now, I can't wait for this one.
That
Aerial
one is
Assault
awesome.
matches are always off the charts. I mean, for those that don't know, it's a ladder match with a ton of people. Mm-hmm. I mean, what more can you get? And any former American Luchacore champion is eligible for this matchup. I mean, we've just seen the title change hands how many times the past few weeks?
Oh, quite a few.
So
Should I go through the list?
I don't know. For people that don't know, off the top of my head, Jeremiah, Nate Wings, Zach Spades, Alex Colon,
Nevaeh, Matt Taylor, Remy Wilkins, who's already been announced as one of the participants.
Yeah, longest reigning champion of all time.
And then going back further than that, there's Trevor Court, Nick Cutter, Jerome Phillips, both Dave Christ and Ron Mathis, former American Luchacore champions. Sid Fabulous, who spent some time here at Rockstar.
He was just here last week.
He was. Jesse Emerson, as we've mentioned before, Aaron Williams, Sammy Callahan.
If he's not too busy.
If he's not too busy. You know, what else could he possibly be doing?
I have no idea.
And Billy Rock have all been champions in that American Luchacore division in the past.
And like others have said on this podcast, never say never.
Yeah.
You never know who could be involved. I mean, other people in that list you just said, they have matches that night.
It's true.
You never know. When you get a chance to win gold in Rockstar Pro, there's only 2 champions.
Yeah.
You're an elite. Mm-hmm. They might take advantage.
They very well might. In addition to those 2 great championship matches, we've already mentioned that Darkstar Matt Taylor will be taking on Benjamin Chimera. Darkstar promising annihilation in that match.
Well, let's see if he gets it.
Indeed. Also, we know that True Witch, as the Rockstar Nation likes to call him.
Yes, they do. They love to call him that.
And I never got that. I always figured that True Shit was the more obvious chant there.
I actually assumed they were chanting that for a while, and then I learned one day they were saying True Bitch, and it kind of surprised me.
Yeah. It's a little more PG-13, I guess. Bruce Gray taking on Big Jim Hutchison.
Well, we saw last Wednesday on Amped, after Big Jim had his matchup, Bruce Gray attacked him, gave him a DDT on the wooden entrance ramp.
Oof.
And you know there's no love lost there from Big Jim.
He's still got to be feeling that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's plenty more. We might see some of HBO's team, maybe some of JTD Incorporated's team. Maybe we'll see the high-fiving fat guys.
Oh, I love the high-fiving fat guys. Don't you love them?
I do find them highly entertaining.
Oh, I love them. I want to give them a high five every time I'm commentating, but they're so far away.
Seeing Bradley just flatten Samantha Heights last week.
Yeah, that was incredible.
It warmed my heart.
And I'll tell you what, Bradley, what about the strides he's made? This guy, he hasn't been training very long, and look at him, he's so entertaining now.
He's living large.
He's living large indeed. I like to call those two the diabetes duo. I don't know.
I like it. That's not bad at all.
Before they're called the high-fiving fat guys, I was pitching for that. But, whatever.
Didn't take.
It didn't take, but either way.
Yeah, but you're the man on the mic. You can call him whatever you want.
Call him whatever I want. You're on to me, aren't you?
So, additionally, I think this is really cool, too. At 3, we're going to have the Best of 2014 awards.
Oh, we've had the Best of 2013 awards. This is going to be even tougher. When you talk about Match of the Year for Rockstar Pro... Oh, wait a minute. Hey, did I just say Match of the Year?
I think you did just say Match of the Year.
Well, here comes the Rockstar Pro champion himself.
That's right.
Jake Kris. Welcome to the podcast, Jake.
Hey, how's it going, boys?
And I know exactly where you were going for that Match of the Year because you've been singing its praises since you've had it. I believe it was your...
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
Every week you have one. But, I love the match with Chris Hero, but that's technically this year, though, isn't it?
That
was this year.
That's match of this year.
That doesn't qualify.
No, it doesn't. 2 days too late.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of mine and Aaron's 60 Minute.
Yeah, that was off the charts, too. And
I'm a huge fan of me versus Mathis, where we put, a ridiculous amount of time into. I think it was 40, 45.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys tell me. They're the experts of Rockstar Pro.
Yes, Switchblade's here too.
We have a couple Jake
That was
Swings.
actually one of the first matches I ever called in professional wrestling. And let me tell you, I've done football, I've done mixed martial arts, I've done a lot of broadcasting, but calling that 60-minute Iron Man match was just something really to behold, and I truly suggest anybody that hasn't seen it really put the time in, watch the whole match. It is from beginning to end. It is an absolutely entertaining bout,
and it's still on YouTube right now as we speak. Just go to Rockstar Pro's YouTube page.
Yeah, but like, not just to put myself, in a position to where it sounds like I'm the best wrestler in Rockstar.
You do have the green and gold.
You're absolutely right, but. What about Dustin Ray's versus Aaron Williams?
We were just talking about it.
We were.
Where they literally was caught on fire.
Yeah.
Insane.
I was so scared.
For sure.
My friend, both of those dudes are my friends. That's why, big 5-on-5.
That's right.
Yeah. Who's DJ going to have?
Michael at this point.
Michael. I'm not, ooh.
He's
got me.
Oh, wait.
He's got,
Switchblade wants to talk.
Michael can get his ass kicked.
We're talking awards of 2014. I would say Michael's the most improved wrestler in Rockstar.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that man has absolutely went through hell and back in some of these death matches, and I'm not. I like my boss and I like my job, and I'm not going to say anything bad about him.
Sure,
but he's definitely entered 2014 as someone I wouldn't say I would put into the main event of our premier event every year. But now he's there.
No, if we're talking about most improved, okay, I agree with you. He's gotten a lot better, but what about Bruce Gray?
Bruce Gray's another
he's
guy.
Hated. I know he's hated amongst the Rockstar fans, but let's call a spade a spade. Him distancing himself from John Murray was a great decision.
He has been on a tear since then.
He's been on a tear. Him and Big Jim. I mean,
that DDT is something to watch out for.
Yeah.
When he took time to really focus on his game, not his team or his stables.
Yeah.
Game plans and what they're going to do in the ring. When he was really able to focus on himself and what can Bruce Gray do to maybe eventually get to that green and gold, no disrespect meant, but he really focused on what can I do to take myself to the next level, and we saw it all throughout 2014. He really is another one that you could talk about for most improved of 2014.
You're absolutely right.
Well, one thing we've seen out of him is that he's just really smart in that ring. He's always playing to his advantage inside that square circle and even out of it.
Absolutely. I mean, the mind games he's starting to play, he is a master manipulator right now.
He's doing great stuff, but to bring this back to my point was match of the year, and there's a lot of matches.
A lot of choices.
A lot of matches that I've been in.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of matches
casket match
that my buddy's been in.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, and I feel that Rockstar is just scratching the surface.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, 2014 had all those great years. We've only had a month here in 2015. We've already nearly matched it. I mean, it's off the charts.
Hero and I is not voted match of 2015.
I'm right with you. Then that means
we still have 11 months.
We still have 11 months, but
the bar is set.
The bar
high.
is set.
That it is.
And the fact is I actually think someone could top it.
A lot of talent in that locker room. You never know.
It's going to be tough because we killed it. We beat the shit out of each other.
You did.
It was awesome. I think Chris Hero left that night respecting Jake Chris.
I think so too. I think a lot of the Rockstar Nation who may not have been familiar with Chris too learned a lot about him in how long he lasted with you and the fact that he, frankly took you to the limit. I mean, that was a hell of a match.
Toe to toe. I was fighting from behind the whole time. I showed a lot of fighting spirit in that match.
Absolutely, you did.
I showed a lot of spirit in that match, and that's what being Rockstar Pro Champion is all about. Mm-hmm. It's not about keeping the belt in Delaware and coming once in a blue moon. The 5-on-5 Island of Death.
I'll tell you what. Yeah. Speaking of that, please, we don't want DJ Hyde to hold the green and gold again. We don't want that to happen.
That's why I've surrounded myself with the people that I've surrounded myself with.
Yeah.
When Aaron Williams announced that he wanted to be the first one, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But when I'm getting heated here, guys. But anyways, when he announced that he wanted to be the first member of my team, like, it was just, the icing was on the cake right there.
Jake, as a journalist, I got to ask you, you've seen a little bit of heat, if you will, between Ron Mathis and Dustin Reyes. Does that concern you at all going
Not
into
at all.
This is a big match. I mean, this is, you know what? We have such humble beginnings here at Rockstar Pro Wrestling. Going from 10, maybe 15 people in a crowd, now we have people standing up. We don't have enough chairs for people. This is, Three's main event is the pinnacle of what Rockstar has ever put together.
Here's the fact is my team consists of my family. Aaron Williams and I are family. We've known each other for at least 10 years.
Can I ask you one more question on top of that, just to add to it?
Like, if before you cut me off, let me answer your question. I surrounded myself with family. There's not a doubt in my mind that I'm not going to stay. You know, like, there's not a doubt in my mind that I'm going to lose.
Well, to Jake's point, though, I mean, this is a 5-on-5 match, and this is the first time you've ever had to defend a title where you have to rely on 4 other people to retain that championship. Does that play to a disadvantage for you?
It does. It does. And I think that's why DJ picked this stipulation. He finally cashed in, if you will, his rematch clause. He took his time. He got to wrestle Al Snow. Like, he got to live his moment then. And now he wants a piece of the Rockstar champion. And I can't blame him because everybody does. And, like, the fact is like, the waiting game that he's playing now with me, it's like, that's no sweat. That's no sweat to me.
You actually answered the question I was going to ask you. You know, you kind of showed your cards first, DJ. Yeah.
Everyone knew who was going to be on my team.
Well, we obviously knew it was going to be the OI4K.
Like, OI4K, Dave, you know, but when Matt, like I was saying, when Aaron was the first one to say, hey, I'm Team Jake, that's when it was like, let's not play. That's why I even told Rockstar officials, I was like, let's not try to pull the wool over the fans' eyes. They're stupid. Our fans are highly intelligent, so we should treat them as such. They know who's going to be on my team, and if they don't, these are the people that are going to be on my team: Dave Christ, Aaron Williams, Ron Mathis, Dustin Reyes.
It's a great team.
You've literally got the upper echelon of our roster on your team. In the back of your mind at all, I know these guys are your family. They're not, you don't think they're your family. You don't see them as family. They are family. Do you think in the back of any, I mean, you have had heated rivalries with your brother, with Mathis, with Reyes, with Williams, going back years and years. Do you think any of those guys, as much as the love is deep, do you think in the back of their mind they may see this as an opportunity to possibly take you down a peg?
I don't think so.
You don't think that they would want
that's
to
just being ignorant.
You think
like
so?
I absolutely do. Like there's no doubt about it. Like OI4K is here to stay. OI4K is not only in here at Rockstar Pro Wrestling to stay, but in all of independent professional wrestling.
Yeah, Switchblade, I feel like you're trying to plant these seeds of doubt into the champ's head.
Hey, no, I just like to I like to ask the hard questions that nobody wants to ask. You know, I'm not accusing. I'm just trying to see what Jake thinks. I want to see the questions that people don't want to ask. I like to ask.
And I appreciate that, and I love the fact that you are asking those questions. But the fact is like you said, I don't feel like. We are family. I have my brothers on my team. And if my wife was healthy, she'd be on my team. But the fact is she blew her knee out for the Rockstar fans. During a match where she had Alex Colon up for a DVD. Boom. Anything can happen. Anything can happen in an ultra-violent Island of Death match.
Island of Death match.
Anything can happen.
It can. Well, you know, and getting back to DJ Hyde, we talked about how he took his time getting his rematch for the championship. Do you think he did that on purpose? Because you, to your credit, the most fighting champion we've ever had, you defend that title nearly every week here in Rockstar Pro. The wear and tear of doing that each and every week, is that to his advantage as well?
That is to his advantage. You're absolutely right. Like, you guys are asking the hard questions, and that's why I love Rockstar Pro Wrestling so much. Because you guys aren't afraid to ask the hard questions. And the fact is you're right. The wear and tear of my neck, both my shoulders, my knees, my back, everything cracks and pops. I'm like bubble wrap. Especially like when I roll over and I wake up in the morning and I wake Nevaeh up by cracking. There's something wrong. But the fact is, who knows how much longer I even have left in this business. Like, I was just told I was just asked in a recent interview, how much longer, 13 years in the business, this is a long time,
Yeah.
How much longer do you have left in this business? 4 years. As I see it right now, 4 years.
Wow.
I have left in this business.
And you're going to go as hard as you can
for those 4 years. I'm going to go as hard as I can for the next 4 years. Like,
it's quite a revelation.
Like, straight up, like, to drop the bomb, not to overshadow Beefhammer here, because I just dropped the damn bomb here.
Yeah.
But I see 4 years at most.
Wow.
So who knows? Wow. Like, tonight could be the Island Death Match. The ultra-violent Island of Death Match could be my last match. Who knows? The match with the Young Bucks on the 21st could be my last match. No one knows.
I can't wait for that match, by the way. Young Bucks OI4K.
That's gonna be an instant classic. Jake, if you've got 4 years left in this business, what are the 4 things you want to do at Rockstar before you leave? If you could only do 4 things that make a permanent impact.
I'll tell you the one thing that I want to do is I want to retire champion.
There you go. He said it right there.
That's like so.
I mean, that affects more than 4 things. I mean, that affects history.
Oh, yeah.
That affects a lot.
That's the one thing I want to do. I'm going to retire as champion.
Yeah.
4 years.
Yeah, I mean, that you've already got a target on your back. I think that's just making it bigger.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if there's anybody that could do it, I think it's you, Jake.
Hey, thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Beefhammer, you have fun.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. Going from, our champion, Jake Kris, to the new blood. Oh, God, do I really want to use that horrible WCW reference? Maybe not. How about the Young Boys?
I don't think that's any better.
Back in the old day, they would have called you a young boy.
Mathis calls me.
Right? Like people like JBL and Pat Patterson would have been molesting you in the locker room and stuff.
This is the first time ever that Duke Beefhammer's been on the podcast.
Second.
Oh, what? What was this?
Yeah.
Where was I? Was I sleeping?
You were. I don't think you were here.
Okay.
Marinating with Beefhammer.
Yeah.
Michael's moment wasn't here.
That's right.
Marinating with Beefhammer. Yeah. Why isn't this a monthly thing? Oh, okay.
Well, maybe it will be now.
Okay.
Well, let's have marinating part 2.
Yeah?
Marinate these lady skanks on this earpiece right here.
All right. Let's cue that music. And Marinating with Beefhammer segment starting in 3, 2, 1.
Listening to Marinating with Duke Beefhammer. I am your host. I was about to say guest because, podcasting. We're doing it live. Screw it.
Well, you're
our host
guest.
as a guest.
Yeah. You're our guest to host your own
guest,
segment.
whatever. Yeah.
So Duke Beefhammer, what's it been like here in Rockstar Pro? I mean, how long have you been here now? It's been a while now.
It's been a while. I think. When was Gym City Rumble?
Back in May?
May? Well, in May it'll be a year.
Wow. Almost a full year.
Yeah. And how many, this, I don't ask this as an insult. I really am, I've lost track at this point. How many wins do you have at this point?
Are we talking official, or how many wins have I had in this building?
Let's say official.
Official? None. Because every time I win, I had a win against Michael.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes.
behind my back, apparently Lufisto hit him in the face with a frying pan.
Yes,
and
I remember that.
I totally
Yeah.
missed it, but
You know.
I seen it on tape. It happened.
The ref
That was
didn't see
amazing.
it, though, right?
No, the ref didn't see it. I didn't see it. Michael didn't see it until it was too late.
And then not only that, at the What I pay-per-view was that where you won the 6-man tag match?
That was it wasn't Heroes Homecoming.
It was back in December at a Killer Christmas.
Killer Christmas, yes.
A snowman cometh.
A snowman cometh, that's right.
Yeah, I got a roll-up victory on one of Michael's guy.
Beast?
No.
Midnight?
Midnight Matt Ryan, yes. God. Sorry, Midnight.
Don't be sorry.
All right, I'm not a bit. Yeah, I had a roll-up victory on him, but they took it away from me.
So you've had multiple victories.
That was Ganger's one and only appearance on the podcast.
That might be the best drop-in of the year. I'm going to say that. But
I don't know if they heard that or not.
I hope
yes.
That was for us.
But, so you've had those 2 great moments, but still 0 official
They
wins?
keep getting taken away.
I mean, we've seen in wrestling how many times does a ref not see a move, and still that victory becomes official. How come they're singling you out?
Because Michael.
Yeah.
Michael is an owner, and he had the ability to strike stuff from the record book.
And now he's the majority owner. What do you think about that? I mean,
at least I mean, not to drop a hard bomb here, at least I'm not being Benoit.
Oh, jeez.
That was pretty hard.
We're getting real.
I'm still here, and I'm still suplexing people like crazy and having fun doing it.
I was thinking maybe if you gave Michael the old Tanya Harding treatment. I don't know if that reference is too old for most of our listeners or not, but
We kind of did it to C-Dub in that match where I rolled up Matt Ryan.
yeah, you might. Well, I'm just saying, you
And
did
then
it to
some,
C-Dub. Maybe you could do it to Michael.
If you buy it on DVD here at Rockstar Pro Arena
There you
on
go.
East 3rd Street,
Oh, he's learning.
you can see after C-Dub has his accident, I immediately kick him.
Yes, you really did.
I didn't like, and this is coming from a true perspective here. I didn't know it had happened. I just thought he slipped and fell.
You didn't see that his
Not at
leg
all.
was all torn the wrong
No,
way?
I just immediately went to the back and everybody's calling me a jerk. I'm like, have you not worked for this guy? All I did was kick him a few times.
I think the fans appreciated it. I'll say
The
that.
fans did, but
The boys maybe not as much. So we're entering into a new year here with 3. 2015. Duke Beefhammer, what are your plans for 2015?
maybe have my official win.
Yeah?
Maybe have my official win.
Get that one under the
I
belt.
want to see it too. I feel sorry for the person it's going to be against because I mean, every time I get out in the ring, I think of one thing: Linda Ellerbry, and she makes me so upset. I just want to beat someone up. So,
all right, you're gonna have to tune me in. I have no idea what
Nick
we're talking.
News.
Explain.
Remember how you'd watch Snick or something? Nick News would come on, and it'd kill your buzz. You would just want to watch more Keenan and Kel, or you want to watch more all that. But no, they're like, let's talk about drugs. Let's talk about depressing stuff going on. No, I want to
Magic
watch
Johnson
Doug.
showed up talking about AIDS and
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't want to talk about AIDS. I want to talk about Doug. Patty Mayonnaise.
It's a killer show. Yeah, the beats. I love the beats.
Yeah, I need more allowance, man. And if I get my win here, I might get more of my allowance here in my paycheck. Yeah.
Well, with the power of Patty Mayonnaise, you just might get that first victory. Yeah.
So officially, as far as the record books are concerned, you still have more T-shirts than you do victories.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which you could buy here at Rockstar Pro Arena here on East 3rd Street.
Well, with all the T-shirts you've sold, I'm sure you've sold more than a lot of people have victories here. I mean,
Yeah, probably.
I'm not to toot my own horn, but beep beep, yeah.
Hey, there's a new tag team here in Rockstar Pro that reminded me kind of like you. The high-fiving fat guys? Don't you kind of fit in there?
What are you saying, Mark?
I'm saying that he likes to give high fives.
Oh,
What
okay.
are you
I
saying?
love high fives.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I've ate pizza with John Murray. My God, he's good. We went
At
to
eating pizza?
Yeah, he's we went to CC's Pizza
Yeah.
for $4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How he left with 30.
I was going to say, did they have to go out of business after you guys
Not
showed
out
up
of
there?
business, but
Okay.
they had to go on a sabbatical.
Sabbatical? Okay.
Take some time off,
Yeah.
recover those losses.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know, High Five and Fat Guys and Duke Beefhammer, we could see them come together.
They teamed up one show,
Yeah.
and I was just marking out the whole time on commentary. I mean, it was incredible, but it is my name.
Could we see that as a long-term thing? Are you in good with those guys?
I consider myself a friend of John Murray. I consider myself to Bradley. Mm-hmm. But right now I'm focusing more on myself and trying to get my first win.
Okay.
More than if it be a tag team, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But I'd rather get my first win over on somebody on my own merits than with help. No offense to John Murray and Brad.
No, I understand that. Well, you're your own man.
I respect them.
Yeah.
But I'd rather respect myself more.
Sure.
And I'll say this about you. I mean, you've been here almost a year.
Yes.
Still haven't picked up an official win, but you're one of the most popular wrestlers here in Rockstar Pro, and that's a huge credit to you and your charisma right there.
The nation loves you.
That's awesome. I like that.
This is an audio podcast. You can't see that he's blushing right now.
So if you had the option,
email it to him.
Yeah.
Email you a blush.
If you could pick one wrestler back in the locker room that you could have that first victory over, do you have a preference?
I would like to go toe to toe with Rhino.
Oh boy,
jeez.
But
I don't wish that fate upon you, dude.
That's a tall order.
It is a tall order, but that's how I want a big victory.
Yeah.
I don't want we could all say I'd like to get my hands on Michael or get my hands on Matt Ryan, but I'd like to prove it to myself that I can get one of those big victories on a guy like a Rhino or a Jake Christ, like somebody big.
What about a Kyle Craven?
A Kyle Craven? I'd like to get a bit run on him. He's a monster.
He is.
He's annihilated me in seconds. But I got back up.
That you do. You are a resilient one. I'll give you that.
I would, just someone big. And I like growing up, I was a huge fan of Rhino.
Yeah.
So he's in this locker room occasionally.
Right,
so
right.
He shows up now and then.
Former Rockstar Pro champion as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boosts you right up into title contention.
Yeah, that's a dream match right there.
That's one of my goals.
I like it.
Beef on beef. Rhino versus Beefhammer. I like it.
I'll be like Ace Ventura and climb out of him, yeah.
Oh, God. Oh,
I don't know what to say about that.
Tear right through him, yeah.
Did not need that visual, but thanks.
Oh, Jesus. I just see, the scene from Empire, with the Tauntaun.
Oh.
Gross. Well, you've totally pulled all the wind out of my sails, Duke.
I'll tell you what. Thanks for joining us, though, Beefhammer.
Thank you for
It's
having
been a
me.
blast.
Yeah, Duke Beefhammer. High five.
Not to take away from
Yeah.
John Murray.
Do we have to pay money every time we high five?
Ooh,
now?
maybe.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. Maybe at
I
least
don't got
in this
no money.
building.
Okay. Joke's on them.
Yeah. Take my money. There is none to take. Yeah. Thank you for having me, guys.
Thanks, Duke Beefhammer. So, that's the kind of thing. Oh, wow, look out. It's getting crowded out there, Mark.
Yeah. It's
guess-
getting near that time.
That means we probably need to wrap up, huh?
That we do.
So, from Aaron Williams to Duke Beefhammer, we got quite a few good guests on that episode.
Absolutely.
I gotta say, I am happy with the results. We didn't get a chance. This will be something that will work into a later episode. I want to test your knowledge of wrestling holds. Now, I know that you can call them when you're watching them.
Yeah.
I'm going to describe holds and see if you can tell me what they are. But that's just something that the fans will have to tune in for in a later episode.
Well, thanks for giving me a month to prepare, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Hey, I want it to be a fair contest.
Okay.
So just a reminder, come on out. Friday, February 6th, 7:30. You've heard us say it before. This will probably be the last time, at least on this podcast, you'll hear us say it. It's 3 at 1106 East 3rd Street, Dayton, Ohio. You pumped for that, Mark?
Oh, I can't wait. You better be here.
You better be here. Matt Taylor versus Ben Chimera. Big Jim versus Bruce Gray. The Aerial Assault match for the Luchacore Championship. We know that Jeremiah and Remy Wilkins, and at this point, champion Nate Wings are going to be in it. Who knows? That might change if Zach Spades gets one over on him tonight.
Yep.
And finally, the main event.
The 5-on-5 Ultra-Violent Island of Death barbed wire match. Team Jake versus Team DJ Hyde. I can't wait for that one.
That's right. That's going to be totally insane. I can't think of a better way to describe that. So I want to thank you, Mark. You really stepped up. Griffin Gunn was my co-host for a long time, and things just worked out where he had other places to be and couldn't join us. And you stepped in, and I don't know if this would happen if you wouldn't have helped out here.
Well,
so I really
greatly
appreciate that.
enjoy doing it. Thank you for that, and I hope I'm around for the next 25 plus episodes.
Awesome. So do I. I also want to thank Rockstar for letting us do this. It's not every wrestling company out there that's just going to let a fan come in and talk to their wrestlers and put out a podcast.
Hey, I could tell you that from my experience as well. I mean, I was a fan as well. Now I'm announcing shows and I'm helping with this. I mean, Rockstar Pro really cares about their fans.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I feel spoiled.
And now we're on the Rockstar Pro Podcast Network. How about that?
Yeah, that's
one of
pretty
3
awesome.
podcasts now.
Yeah. So listen to GG and C-Dub, listen to Scary Gary and Michael, and listen to Mark and myself. One final thanks. I want to thank Snyder and thank Dave and thank anybody else who's helped engineer or do anything else. I know Lufisto's helping out on the website. JP's letting us use his equipment. So thanks to everyone. Love you guys. Come on out to 3. It's going to be a blast. See you then. And there.
That's all for this episode. Be sure to come back for another edition of Backstage Pass, Rockstar Pro Wrestling's official podcast.